Dolphins-Panthers. Dolphins blow this one at the end. Huge win for the Panthers. Rico Dowdle had 206 rushing yards in this game. That is the most by a quarterback or by a running back in a game this season. We got to hear from Rico Dowdle not only on this big performance, but he's got the Cowboys on tap next week.
Yeah, I think it's always a chip on my shoulder just from the start of coming into the NFL, sitting behind those guys for years, going undrafted. But yeah, so I've always played with a chip on my shoulder, and it's just the nature of the business that I didn't end back up in Dallas, and I'm here now with a new team, and I'm happy where I'm at.
But to do this right before y'all played Dallas, was this kind of like a message, like y'all should have resigned?
Oh, for sure. They got to buckle up. I think they know for sure. I've been there 5 years. They didn't keep me there for 5 years for no reason. I definitely would say that, but looking forward to playing those guys next week, and we'll get to it. We'll handle that when I get there.
They got to buckle up. I like that.
Uncle Rico.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's awesome.
Yeah. State champions, baby. Could have gone pro.
My God.
No, that was fantastic. And so the question is now is like, okay, so what happens when Chuba Hubbard comes back?
Yeah, I think he's more of a half Chubb.
I never like to participate in chubby slander. You know that about me. But here's the thing. Chuba Hubbard's not Jonathan Taylor or Saquon Barkley. If a guy runs for 200 yards, he's going to start getting at least half the carries in the offense, I think.
He has to.
The Dolphins' defense, though.
True. That's true. That's the caveat.
Dolphins' defense. And the other thing is again, like, who knows with this coaching staff, Jay? The only thing that I'll say is, like, Chuba Hubbard, like, I would have made that argument. The only weird thing is that, like, last year, Chuba Hubbard got paid, at a time when they drafted Jonathan Brooks. Everyone forgets about Jonathan Brooks, right? Who's had, multiple unfortunate injuries in the NFL. But, like, Connor, they paid Chuba Hubbard real money.
I mean, really good running back money. Like, workhorse, number one running back, top 10.
And then they paid Rico Dowdle after spending a relatively high pick on Jonathan
Dave
Brooks.
Canales is just, he's hoarding running backs.
He is. And
the
other
young
thing,
Kyle Shanahan.
But the other thing about Dave Canales is that at least when he was in Tampa Bay, he sort of liked one guy. Like, again, he didn't care that Rachaad White was averaging 3 yards a carry. He was just like, we're giving him 20 touches. And so at least traditionally he's sort of been like a one running back guy. I'm with you. I don't know how you put the toothpaste back in the bottle after 200 yards. It's Miami, but still. 84% of the team's running back touches. He also had a 15% target share, was second highest on the team. It's the most scrimmage yards by a running back in the NFL since Saquon had 302 against the Rams last year, which cost me a parlay. I'm still bitter about that. Like, they're just trying to run out the clock.
Never forget.
For the love of God. Like, literally, like, it was an under a 49. Oh my God. Still, and anyway, they just let him run for a third one. Whatever.
Yeah.
Stupid
Gambling's
Rams.
fun.
Okay.
Panthers have a better record than the Baltimore Ravens, by the way.
Yeah, they do. Anyway, here's what I will say about Rico Dowdle, who's obviously the number one running back in fantasy, was headed into Monday Night Football. We'll talk about him a little bit more tomorrow. He needs to be picked up. I don't know what his role is once Chuba Hubbard comes back, but whatever his role is, it's better than it was before, right? And so given that Hubbard missed the end of last year as well with a little bit of injury, right? Had the big game, that like the 2-touchdown game, and then missed I want to say week 16 or 17 off the top of my head, but he got banged up towards the end of last year. He's banged up this year. So Dowdle, impressive performance. And as this Panthers offense looks for answers, maybe they try to do something with both guys in the backfield. Again, Bryce Young he's struggling.
Yep.
I know they win the game, but he hasn't looked great.
It was a tough, at least, first half.
Yeah.
So, on the other side of this, Jay, Darren Waller, I mean, is he a tight end one going forward? Like, it kind of felt not fluky against the Jets, but, beware of him being able to replicate this. And he goes out and he replicates it.
68% route participation, which is really key. I got a few people messaging me yesterday, Darren Waller, comeback player of the year. I'm like, didn't he take a year off to be a rapper? Does that count as a comeback story? Maybe. It's a great story.
That's why it's a bad award.
Yeah. I don't think he's going to win because I think this team is going to kind of recede into the background a little bit. But he is, I think because of the end zone targets, that he is going to be a viable, startable tight end each week. And because he's got such a high target share, when he's out there, even if he's not, playing 80% of the snaps or anything crazy, he's going to get end zone targets. And also, he's going to become, I think, the number 2 guy in this passing game. At least Achane might be number 2, but he'll be right there with Achane behind Waddle.
Disappointing game from Achane. I mean, thank God he got the receiving touchdown. It was pretty bleak. This offense looks a little bit of a mess. But to your point about Waller, 36% route participation in his first week back. This week, up to 68%. So they're ramping him up. They're using him more. They were looking at him more. They were using him not just in the end zone, but on intermediate throws. I was hopeful that there'd be more Malik Washington this game. There wasn't. I still believe in Malik Washington, but the offense is a disaster. This was not a good game for Miami, but they get home next week against the Chargers. They've traditionally been much better, especially Tua has been much better at home than they have been on the road. Chargers defense showing some, sort of some cracks. My guess is that's a 1 o'clock game as well. So West Coast team traveling east for a 1 o'clock game. Waller, yeah. The other thing, has Waller ever won Comeback Player of the Year? I feel like
No, he hasn't. He should have when he initially came onto the stage because he has an amazing story.
Unbelievable story.
I wonder who won that year. That's
I don't know. It just goes to the quarterback. It was
his
the best
first
stats.
1,000-yard year.
Yeah, it just goes to like Phil Rivers or whatever because he had a bad year the year before. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, stupid award. But yeah, that's it. That would be interesting. Like his breakout year with the Raiders.
Yeah, he should
like
have.
what should have been. Hey, it's Matthew Berry from NBCSports.com and RotorWorld.com, and I want to thank you so much for watching whatever it is you just watched, or if nothing else, being too lazy to click out of the autoplay after this video started, after whatever it is you actually wanted to watch finished. But now that you're here, I'd like to take a moment here to ask you respectfully now, okay? I'm asking you respectfully to subscribe to the NFL on NBC YouTube channel. You'll get the latest Roto-World fantasy news headlines, all sorts of great shows, including my own Fantasy Football Happy Hour. So go subscribe now. Again, I'm asking respectfully.